Hey everybody, I'm Diane. I am a enrolled agent with Grassroots Taxes, and I talk about all things tax, finance, and life. And today we are going to talk about the 1099K, what it is, some important changes that happened in November, and how it's going to affect you now after the changes. So, what is a 1099K? This is the form that money handlers are going to be sending you if they deposited money in your bank account. So who is this? If you sell things, Etsy, eBay, if you rent out your stuff or your house like Turo and Airbnb and gear places where you can rent your gear online, okay? Also, people that handle just money like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. The law, up until November, said that if you made $600, if anybody deposited $600 or more into your account over the course of the year, they're required to send you a 1099-K and report that to the IRS. Not all this money is taxable income. And this legislation was pretty awful, and I'll get into why here in a minute. But November 21st of 2023, the IRS was like, this legislation's awful. We can't deal with this. Now, they did this last year as well. And this year they promised they're going to petition Congress, they're going to petition everybody and say, hey, we've got to change this legislation. It's awful. So it's backed out. There's a good chance you will not get a 1099-K this year for the money that was deposited in your bank account. But we're going to come around to that in a second. Let's talk about why this legislation is so terrible. Because everybody who handles the money has to send you a form. So say you have a small business, right? Little side business doing a thing. If you're doing services for people and they pay you with a credit card, it's possible you could get a 1099-K twice. One for, well, a 1099 twice. You could get a 1099-K from the credit card processor, plus you could get a 1099 NEC for the person who's paying you. How do you report this? Oh, right. I mean, where do I put what number on the form? How do I tell people that when the same money has been reported twice? If you are just have a little side gig, maybe you sell a few things on Etsy, pick up stuff at yard sales or crochet things and sell them, that kind of thing, or you do like digital content. That's great. No big deal. It's not a lot of income, not really worth reporting. You make a couple $100. If you're selling stuff on Etsy, Etsy's going to send you, what? A 1099-K. But if the people on Etsy decide to pay with PayPal, PayPal's going to send you a 1099-K for the same money, and most of this isn't even going to be taxable income. So, this is awful legislation. It's terrible. And the worst part is, 1099-K has been around for 13, 14 years. And they were only for people who made $20,000 or more in credit card transactions, when credit cards were a thing. Now they're trying to lower it to $600 in electronic transactions. But so they're only going after people for taxes for reporting that made between $600 and $20,000. Please go after millionaires, IRS. Please just stop going after people who are making a little side hustle bill money. This is ridiculous. They're chasing pennies with dollars. Now, that's why it's terrible legislation and why it keeps getting put off. Now, let's talk about how it affects you now. Is literally no one going to send you a 1099-K? Possibly. Or you might get one. I don't know who's going to comply anyway and who's not going to comply. We're going to find out in January who's sending out 1099-Ks and who's not. They are not required to. They probably won't. It's not saying they absolutely won't. So let's talk about if you get a 1099-K anyway, and you get it for stuff that's not taxable income. For your kid paying his phone bill, paying for his part of the phone bill. Okay, your kid sends you money every month for his part of the phone bill, right? Does it over Cash App. Turns out it's going to be more than $600 because you had a little yard sale money in there, a couple other things. Other people pay you for Cash App. None of the stuff's taxable. If you get a 1099-K, where do you put that number on your tax return? it's not taxable income. Do we just throw that 1099K in the trash? No, you need to report it as you got a 1099K, other income, and then you need to go on a different line and back it out as this was personal, this is not taxable income. It can get a little complicated. I'm not sure how clear the IRS is with these forms and procedures yet and their guidance, so that's why they keep changing it. So please check all your apps. Go through your bank account, look and see who's depositing money in your account. Every single one of those apps, you need to log into that app, see if they're going to send you a 1099K. Here's hoping that they do not send one, but it's possible that one could pop up in your online account. If you get one, you need to report it. So if you're getting deposits from apps, don't file your taxes until February 1st after you've checked to make sure if you're getting a 1099K by January 31st. Now, follow me for more videos. I'm going to be making a lot more videos this year. Read my blog, grassrootstaxes.com. Lots more detailed information on the blog. Follow me on social media for updates. While you're here, push that subscribe button, ring the little bell for you get notifications. You know how to do all that stuff. Okay. And I will see you in 2024, hopefully with new legislation by the end of the year on this 1099K fiasco. Have a great 2024, and I'll see you at tax time.